All right, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to trick your brain to not be anxious. My name is Gianna Badot. I'm a coach and certified hypnotherapist. And if you want to learn more about how you can break through the unconscious limitations in your unconscious mind, check out the link in the notes below and you can learn more about how you can work with me one-on-one. And you can also grab access to Rewired. There's over 30 subconscious activations and self-hypnosis audio recordings to help you stress less and achieve more every single day. All right, let's dive on in. How to trick your mind to not be anxious. So first and foremost, let's talk about anxiety. Most anxiety is just fear. It's false evidence appearing real. Most of the time, the things that you are most anxious about have not happened yet, probably will never happen. They are illusions of the mind. That's right. Anxiety, most of the time, is simply just fear-based thoughts, fear-based limiting beliefs that have taken over your ability to truly perceive the reality in front of you. And because of that, you have become anxious. And when you experience a lot of anxiety, what happens? Your physical body starts to have reactions. You start to domino into other negative, low vibrational emotions. And most importantly, you obsessively overthink everything, which all three of those are an absolute recipe for disaster, no matter what you're doing in life, no matter what your goal is in life, no matter if you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. When you are in a state of anxiety, you are going to eventually self-sabotage one way or another in whatever it is that you're doing. You want to be in a calm state. You need to be in a calm state to be in alignment with your highest self. And to achieve what you want, you need to be in alignment with your highest self. So to get in alignment with your higher self, we need to eliminate the energy of anxiety. The energy of anxiety is extremely self-sabotaging. It's going to block you from getting closer and closer to where you want to be. And unfortunately, there are things to be anxious about every single day, right? There's things to be anxious about in your business. There's money things that come up. There's things to be anxious about in our daily life, right? For example, for me this week, my 11-month-old baby girl, she got her first little cold, and luckily, thankfully, it is not a big deal. She has a runny nose and a cough, but it was her first cold. So the onset, the first time I heard that cough come out of her cute little body, I was like, oh no. And because I do this work, I immediately recognize anxiety in my body. I completely and instantly recognized that there were deeper rooted unconscious things coming up for me that were causing me to be anxious. I noticed that in myself almost instantly. And because I could notice it in myself, I was able to shift my energy very quickly and start talking to my subconscious in a way that would help my unconscious mind not be anxious. Instead, be calm. Instead, be assured that everything is perfect and well for her right now and that she was going to heal, right? And if I stayed in a state of anxiety, I most likely, energetically, would have made the situation worse. She would have gotten worse and worse and worse. So much of healing and the outcome of any experience starts with our ability to believe that it can be okay, that it will be okay. Right? So if you instantly just melt down because your anxiety got triggered and you melt down and you're down the rabbit hole of worst case scenario and you don't shift the trajectory of that, you're going to end up in a domino effect that creates reasons to be anxious, that creates circumstances that result in more and more stress. So again, for me, this week, I could have stayed in that state of anxiety. I could have freaked out. I could have been like, oh my God, she's coughing. She's sick. What's going to happen next? She's going to get this. She's going to get that. What if we have to go to the hospital? But instead, I suited up into my hypnotherapist mindset and I closed my eyes and I told myself, she is going to be fine. She's in good hands. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to help her feel loved. I'm going to give her all of the herbs, all the things she needs to feel better, to heal, and it's going to be okay. And it's going to be okay. She's okay. Everything's fine. She hasn't gotten worse. She still has a little cold, but again, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And that's all because I was able to talk myself through my anxiety. And most of the time, that's all you need to do is talk to your subconscious, talk yourself through it, right? Logically, logistically, does it make sense to go down a rabbit hole of anxiety for no apparent reason? Where is that actually going to take you? What is the goal of that? It doesn't help you be more present in the moment. It doesn't help you deal with the situation effectively at all. It just sends you down a rabbit hole of fear and anxiety and stress, which does not help you show up. If I, again, was in a state of fear, anxiety, and stress, I would not have been able to care for her in the best way possible, because I needed to care for myself first to keep myself calm and grounded. And again, this goes for any area of your life. You need to be calm and grounded to be able to handle it, to take it on. If you're going through a challenging situation from a place of anxiety and stress, you're probably going to blow up the situation even worse. Self-sabotage comes from stress and anxiety. But when you're able to operate from a state of grounded energy, that's when you're actually going to be able to approach the situation with a calm energy that will help you get through it, right? So how do we trick the mind to not be anxious? It's talking to your mind in a very specific way by utilizing the power of self-hypnosis. That is essentially what you're doing when you are talking to yourself in a specific way. It is self-hypnosis. No matter if you think it is or not, it is intentional self-talk. It is self-hypnosis. That is what I did to myself this week, just this week. It's what I do to myself all of the time whenever stressful situations come up in my life. And there's many, many things that come up for me all of the time that I need to talk myself down from, that I need to use self-hypnosis on myself for. That's why it's there, for you to use it. How do you utilize self-hypnosis? Well, the most important part of this is to really hypnotize yourself, to trick your brain to believe something it does not currently believe. You have to do it in a calm state. Because if you try using self-hypnosis and tricking your brain to believe something that it does not currently believe when you're in a high energetic state or you're in a high state of anxiety and you're not grounded in your body, your unconscious mind is going to instantly reject it. So you have to be in this state of grounded energy. It means closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, getting grounded, feeling your body, getting clear, getting calmer, getting more connected. Even if you're not considered calm, just getting a little bit calmer is going to help you and help your subconscious start to accept some of these statements. And when you get into that calm state, then you're able to talk to yourself. Say, everything is going to be okay. And I'm still using the example from this week with my daughter. She's going to be fine. She's resilient. She's breastfed, so she gets natural immunity from my body. She's going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. I got this. I can handle this, right? As a new mom going through her child's first cold, again, it could be triggering, right? I've never gone through this before. I've never taken care of a baby who is not feeling well. But when I talk to myself and I tell myself that there's no better person than me to handle this, there's no better person to be caring for her than me, that intuitively I know my child, intuitively I know what to do, all that anxiety just goes out the window. Because I'm connecting to my power. I'm connecting to my true source within me, that source within me that's going to help me handle the situation. It's getting connected to my higher self who can help me manage the situation better than anyone else can, better than any doctor or any person who could give me guidance. My higher self, my intuition is what I need to be connected to, right? So being connected to my higher self helped me tremendously this week. But if I was stuck in anxiety and stress and fear and Googling and calling doctors' offices, I would be in a stressed state. So you need to get grounded in your body. And this doesn't have to be a medical experience. It can literally be anything, right? Anything, any experience that causes stress and anxiety. And again, there's so many things that cause stress and anxiety in our lives. So pick one and close your eyes and talk yourself through it. Get yourself back in touch with your power. Because again, anxiety is just false evidence appearing real. It's fear. It's fear of things that haven't happened yet and likely will not happen. And even if they do happen, being afraid of it happening, being anxious about it happening is not going to help you get through it if it does happen. You have to be calm and you have to be grounded. This is why mitigating and managing anxiety is so, so important. Okay. So if you want to dive into this work even deeper and really program your subconscious mind away from anxiety into calm, into grounded energy instead, definitely grab access to Rewired in the notes below. There are a few amazing audios on there, releasing anxiety, releasing stress, getting grounded, connecting to your breathing, connecting to your higher self, that will help you get into this high vibrational state to help you literally handle and manage any situation. And if you're someone who has super, super deep rooted anxiety and you've been struggling with anxiety for a very, very long time, I highly recommend checking out working with me one-on-one. You can grab access to my application in the link below, because your anxiety probably has some deep roots from your childhood and they don't need to be there. We can easily and quickly rewire your anxiety and zap it away so that you can operate from a calm state instead of the old patterns and programs that you've been taught from your childhood. So you can grab access to my application and apply for doing one-on-one hypnotherapy in the notes below. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode along this incredible journey. And I'll see you next time.